Right guys, welcome along. So far, I've been a little bit busy as usual. Got a little bit done to the car, but I've been mostly breaking this convertible car up here for parts to try and get it out of my way. But on the car, I have stripped the back bumper, front bumper as well, boot lid. The bonnet will be coming off as soon as I can get someone to give me a hand to take it off, and we'll put it in the house out of the way. After that, I'm going to take off the roof trims here, and then I'm going to try and get the 2/4 glasses out, because when we do this mould, I'm going to bring it up to this line here so that the new piece will wrap up and go there, so there won't be a joint, so you're not trying to put a new piece and kind of bolt it along to the body. We'll actually wrap it round up to here, and the boot lid and the 1/4 should cover it. So that's the plan. So if I can get them off, then I can get the car masked up and get some high build primer on the parts just to start doing some finishing. I filled these up as well yesterday, so they'll need a little sandbag and a banner coat filler. Then we'll take the side skirts off and put them out of the way. I did notice a few bits when I took the bumpers off. I think it was more at the front. I took the front bumper off. This side was fine, like under here. It kind of met up with the old one fine. This one needs a little bit of alteration work. The bumper was in behind the filler, so I need to sand this filler just a little bit flatter to get the same shape as the other side. But yeah, coming along. So today that's what we're going to do: roof trims off, 1/4 panels off, and maybe get the car masked up and get all the kind of workshop, put some masking over all this because the paint will probably spray everywhere. Alright guys. Oh well, I was fighting a losing battle there, trying to get a Stanley blade down, and the silicon's quite far down. The inside you can get a little bit easier, but it's tough. Very tough. So the plan is that I'm going to be replacing these anyway, because on the other side it's probably where my fuel filler is going to go. So this was going to be made out of Perspex or something. So I'll probably just do the same on the other side to match it up. I'm going to use the little trimming tool I've got, this thing down here, an oscillating blade. I can get in from the back side and go round about it. I shouldn't damage it anyway, but just I'll probably come through and cut this kind of the seal that you see rather than the silicone behind it. But I said it'll be going in the bin, so that'll probably speed things up a bit and save me cutting my fingers to bits with a Stanley blade that kept coming out. So yeah, that's the plan now. One window out. Nissan seriously didn't like the idea of MD trying to take these windows out. So they have 3 tabs on them. You'll see here, 3 locating tabs, there, and other ones on the back of the window. There, so obviously once you put your silicone on, that clips into place and holds it until then. But as I try to get them out in one piece, I don't think it's ever going to be possible. When you use that trimmer I was using to cut up through the back of the silicone, you actually pop up through the top of the seal there. You see that, see the cut line right through. So yeah, that window's now gubbed, even though it came out unbroken. Yeah, that's useless now. So yeah, I'll clean all this up and do the same on the other side, and that's all we need to get to just now regarding the windows.
Time to get the car up on axle stands, give them a little bit more height just to get to the undersides of the arches here, finish them off.
But yeah, getting exciting now, wheels are off, car won't move, and after that I can get the car primed. Hi guys, we'll fast forward about 3 weeks I think from 2 seconds ago, and we're now at this stage. I've done as much as I can. I've started to soften these kind of edges a little bit, and same over on this one. Around the other side I put a few coats of primer on, and you can see I've started to sand back some of the higher spots. So from now on I'll just be doing more primer until I get it where I need it to be. Not too bad. Things feel as if they're relatively flat and fall on the shapes. Right, feel something there, just where that is there, I can feel a little dip there. So yeah, taking care of all this. So what I'm using for the time being is I used these U-POL grey primer cans. Got a few of them, which were quite handy, but now I've masked the place up. I'm going to use eventually the 2K stuff. I think that might give it a thicker coat. So mask, some cleaners, bits and bobs there. But I've got a few more cans of these, so I'm just going to whack them on tonight, and then over the weekend I'll probably get the big gun out and just give it some heavy coats and concentrate on the sanding part. Hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll be done with the priming and ready to start thinking about making the moulds. So yeah, now a little bit of time lapse, some fun painting. Really happy how these are looking now. See them in one solid colour. This side, obviously as I said before, this side and this side I had some prep work and some primer on it before, so yeah, it's come up pretty nice. Still a lot of sand, there's still a lot of fine sanding marks that'll come out quite easily with the multiple coats that I've still to put on. The other side, this is just its first pass with the primer, so it highlights some of the small little holes appearing. So I can tidy that up just now, just with some filler. Just little pinholes. Amazing because it looks flat until you put the primer on, and then it's as if they just sink in or something. But yeah, a little bit of work to do in that one. And this one's not too bad apart from this edge is kind of rounded here. And a wee bit of filling, tidying up work there. So I'll do that just now, and then I'll try and get another couple of coats of primer tonight.
Give me some love, cause when I'm with you I'm in paradise. You know how to make me feel alive. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. You gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. Gotta give me some love, nah, nah, nah. Let's go! I need you, what to do, I can't help that I want you. We got the moonlight shining bright as we drive down the avenue. 'Cause this might be love, it's a feeling that I can't get rid of. So just take my hand, I wanna be with you until the end. Stay with me, take a chance, baby, roll the dice. Gotta give me some love, 'cause when I'm with you, I'm in paradise. You know how.
It's now 2 days later. I've spent the last couple of days, well not full days, but good few hours putting 10 cans, so roughly 10 coats of primer. So a couple of coats, give it a sand back, and now this side has been wet sanded with 1200 grit, and it's come up really, really nice. And start to see a little bit of a sheen coming off it, which is good. So I've still got the other side to wet sand. I had a little repair to do just inside the door area, just in here, just not happy with a bit there, and I'm still trying to get this line the same as the one on the other side. I'll start wet sanding this, and that's, I've got a couple of cans of spray left, but I'm going to, after we fix these two pieces here and wet sand it, I'm going to set up with the gun. I've just got a fear that the garage is covered in a fine dusting. I think the big gun's going to make a lot more mess than those cans did. But I think the coverage wise and the speed it's going to cover things, and the more build up that's going to give us the sand back, will be worth it. The place is a mess anyway, so might as well just keep going with it. So yeah, we'll wet sand this side now and keep going with it.
When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better.
Well guys, the time has finally come to use this cheap £30 Amazon high velocity low pressure spray gun. There's the bad boy there, cheap as nasty, so I'm not expecting good results from it. So the arches are done, a few coats of high build primer off the cans, sanded down, I'm happy with them. All cleaned up as well with the kind of degreaser stuff. I'm still working on this part under here, this wee bit there. I've not really took any sizes off the other side. I know that's still to be worked on. So now I'm going to have a look at this paint. It's a 4:1 mixed ratio between the primer and the hardener. Never used this type of paint before. I've set up a few little plastic cups with some lines in them, a jug. Hope to mix them up that way, then stick them in the spray gun. And I've switched this on, and it seems the air comes out all the time, which I'm assuming that's supposed to happen. Then when you pull the trigger, the paint comes out. we'll find out. Might be a disaster. I'll set up a little station here in case I need to dump anything with paint dripping out of it. Have my tea, Kit Kat first, and then we'll get on with it. That's these two sides done, and I'm a great believer in you get what you pay for. So I didn't have high hopes for this gun. So as you can see, it's on thick, which is good, which is what I want. Left a kind of rough surface, which you can only expect from the cheap gun with the cheap tip. It's probably more suitable for fence painting or something rough like that. So I definitely won't be using it to do the lacquer. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Once it dries, we can get that sanded up pretty good. It's definitely fill in the kind of surface scratch holes in that we needed covered, so I should have actually blew out these vents with the air just to get rid of any of the debris that's left in it, but you can see a couple of wee bits have come out. Not really an issue just now. So yeah, that's used up most of that paint I mixed up. I will mix up another little bit, do the other side tonight, and stick the heater on for an hour before I head to bed, and tomorrow I should be able to sand it. Well, I think I'd call that a success because I expected a lot worse. So the place has been aired out. I've had the heater on for half an hour or so. Off camera, I went round and used up the rest of the paint, gave it another coat all the way around. Apart from the texture, which I can live with, I think you can see it there. I think it's come up really well. As long as it hardens up, I'll give it maybe 24 hours or so I can sand it, and I think we'll call that a winner, considering the cheap tools we were using. So yeah, there we go. I had some acetone. I've cleaned everything with acetone. So the gun will be good to be used again. I probably won't use it again. I have another gun that goes with my compressor, which I've had for 10 years, and I finally unboxed it. So we'll maybe try that for the lacquer, and we'll see how rubbish that one is. They say it's been in that toolbox for 10 years. Overall impressions, it was good. I think that those little guns, they don't create much overspray, probably because they're not atomising the paint that small, which is pretty good for in here. And the face mask I was using was, don't know where it came from, 60 quid or something from China. But yeah, I couldn't smell anything through it, which was fantastic. So yeah, overall pleased with it. Give it to tomorrow evening, see what it's like, try and sand a little bit of it. Hopefully it's good to go. Probably take me a couple of days to get the time just to go around it and flatten it back to where it needs to be. And then we can go with the lacquer, and hopefully the lacquer goes on a bit better. Obviously it's a bit thinner. This is where you start getting runs, but yeah. Until next time guys, thank you.